I hereby declare that the said Boris Johnson is duly
Boris
elected.
Johnson, Prime Minister, re-elected in Uxbridge.
Thank you,
Let's hear what he has to say.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all very much. And listen, I don't want to tempt fate, because clearly lots of results are still coming in, and we're still only dealing with projections. But at this stage, it does look as though this One Nation Conservative government has been given a powerful new mandate to get Brexit done. And not just to get Brexit done, but to unite this country and to take it forward and to focus on the priorities of the British people and, above all, on the NHS. And yes, we will recruit 50,000 more nurses and 6,000 more GPs, and we will build 40 new hospitals. And I'm proud to say that one of those across the country, and one of those hospitals will be right here in Uxbridge and South Ruislip. And I'm grateful once again to the people of Uxbridge and South Ruislip for returning me to serve you. It is an absolute privilege to do this job and to work for you. And I thank once again the police, the council, everybody who's worked so hard all night to count for us, the returning officers. I thank my fellow candidates in all their glory, Lord Buckethead, and others, Elmo and others. Forgive me if I don't identify them all. But above all, I want to thank the people of this country for turning out to vote in a December election that we didn't want to call, but which I think has turned out to be a historic election that gives us now, in this new government, the chance to respect the democratic will of the British people, to change this country for the better, and to unleash the potential of the entire people of this country. And that is what we will now do, and if we are lucky enough to be returned, as the exit polls seem to suggest, then that work will begin tomorrow. Thank you all very much. Or rather, I should say not tomorrow, today. Today. Thank you all. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
It is 6 minutes past 5 in the morning, and we are now in a position to say that this election of 2019 formally has been won by the Conservatives. They're now on 327 seats. It is 326 on the finishing line, so they will then proceed now to a bigger majority. But we can now say that based on the results that have come in, 598 seats in, 51 to go, the Conservatives are now on 328. They have passed the finishing line and they have formally won this election. And that, Laura, is a big moment.
It's a huge moment. It's a huge moment for Boris Johnson, of course, who a year ago was written off by many people. It's an enormous moment for the Conservative Party, having had a torrid and turbulent time when they saw their majority being whittled away. And then when he threw some people out of the party, they went backwards. But they had a couple of years of agony of having to rely on the Democratic Unionist Party from Northern Ireland. And then before that, you know, David Cameron with a very, very rocky time. I mean, it seemed like a big victory for him at the time of getting a majority of 15. But this means probably more than anything else in terms of the historical significance for it. Unless something very strange happens, we will be leaving the European Union next month. And that answers the biggest question of British politics for the last 3.5 years was what happened in 2016 actually going to happen or not? Because that is the question that has paralysed Parliament. The previous Parliament was not able to agree on how to leave, and therefore we did not agree. They didn't agree on whether we would leave. The public has answered that question tonight, and that is what this Prime Minister will do. And of course, the size of his majority beyond this will dictate how much freedom and how radical he may or may not be to do other things and to pursue other projects.
Well, the results are still coming in. Why don't we have a look at the Palace of Westminster, which is where all the activity will start within a few days' time. And we are projecting the result as it's happening on the Palace of Westminster, on the banks of the River Thames. And there we have it so far. The Conservatives on 330 actually has now just gone up to 331. with Labour on 197. So they're now way past that finishing mark of 326, and the numbers are going up. They're now on 332. So we're heading towards that majority that John Curtis was telling us about a short while ago. So the news, if you're just joining us here on election 2019, at 8 minutes past 5 in the morning, is that the Conservatives are now past the finishing post. They have won a majority in this campaign, and that is the formal result for us.
Well, they've gone past the 326, haven't they? So we can have a look at how they did it, the Conservatives. 326, the winning line. That gives you the overall majority, and your leader goes through the door of number 10 with confidence, as Boris Johnson will now do. Let us just pave the path here. So first of all, we show you all the constituencies that we have results in from, and we'll see where it goes to. We'll see where it crosses the line here. Let's just have a look. So 326, the line, and what do we got around here? We've got Banff and we've got Bolsover. How interesting that Dennis Skinner, the beast of Bolsover's seat, he leaves the Commons, and his seat was the one that got them over the line. Finchley, we just saw Bournemouth East, Lewis, Dudley North, another gain there. Let's just move on a bit here and just see where they go. Broadland, Plymouth Moorview, Worthing, Wantage. Wantage was formerly Ed Vaizey's seat. Come back to the Conservative safe seat, that. So that's where they are at the moment. 335, still some more seats to come on. Let's have a look at Labour now. And boy, oh boy, they're a long way down the street, aren't they? We'll pave their tiles now. Each tile, a seat in the House of Commons. Each tile has the name of the constituency on it. These are the results we've got in so far. And let's just look at the number of Labour seats so far. It's 100, let's just make that out there, 199. And we'll go to the end of the line and just read them off if we can. Right, let's take a look. So we've got Dagenham coming in as Labour, but very tight there. Bradford South, Southampton Test, Wythenshawe. But some of these are marginals where the defence is now going to be very tight, and they were safe before. As Craig Oliver was just saying here, the map is transformed. So Labour back there. Now we have a look at the end of the Conservative line, and this involves bringing in our projections. So let's just have a look. We'll bring in the extra Conservative seats now and lay them down. There we go. So we haven't got results in from these, but we're calling them as Conservative. We'll see what happens in the next few hours. Tiverton, Thirsk, Wantage for some reason down twice. Welwyn, Dorset West, Yeovil, the Conservative MP Marcus Fish staying in there. Buckingham was the Speaker's seat, of course. Chipping Barnet would be Theresa Villiers back in the Commons. You've got Colne Valley, that would be a gain from Labour. Batley and Spen, we can't be certain about it, but it looks like that is going to be a Conservative gain as well. And Carshalton as well would be the Conservatives taking from the Liberal Democrats. So that's how they did it, and Bolsover the seat that crossed the line and got them to 326.
The Prime Minister will likely have a smile for the cameras today. On course for a working majority, he called it an historic election.
That gives us now, in this new government, the chance to respect the democratic will of the British people, to change this country for the better, and to unleash the potential of the entire people of this country.
They're delighted, the Tories making those inroads into Labour heartlands that voted leave.
I would like to thank Boris, because I would say that I'm going to be on that train on Monday. I'm going to London. We're going to get Brexit done.
Labour's Brexit policy has been under scrutiny in this campaign. His leadership too, as he acknowledged a disappointing result.
I want to also make it clear that I will not lead the party in any future general election campaign. I will discuss with our party to ensure there is a process now of reflection on this result.
I'm not going to sit here and scalp Jeremy Corbyn on the television for anyone, because that's all the headline will be. And actually what I want to say is that the Labour Party tonight, we have failed to meet the test of the public, and in doing that we fail the people who we aim to serve, and that is heartbreaking.
Again for Labour in London though, winning Putney off the Tories. But a huge blow for the Lib Dems, their leader Jo Swinson narrowly losing her seat.
for millions of people in our country. These results will bring dread and dismay, and people are looking for hope.
The road ahead for Boris Johnson now appears to be clear: to drive the agenda, steer the country towards its next destination.